I have a chest cold this morning. It is freezing cold out here today, unlike yesterday when it was sunshine and 60 degrees. It's literally freezing temperatures and windy. So why am I out here? It's because I'm just as eager as you all are to test this one that I'm going to test out today. And it's the Lignum Vitae Boken from Dan Blizniak, Blizniak's Bokens, that I picked up recently. I did a quick video review of it the other day, the unpacking. Had a little more time to spend checking it out. One of the interesting things that I've seen about this type of wood, I'm going to hold this up to the camera, is the alternating grain patterns. They kind of go in a zigzag pattern, so one part will be running this way, the other one will be running this way. And I'm not sure that that will pick it up, but I'm going to let the camera see if the camera can pick it up or not. Maybe yes, maybe no. Doesn't look like it wants to kind of autofocus today. That's alright. But anyway, you'll see it in the details of the pictures on the blog. It's an interesting Boken, smooth, no polish. Dan puts a stamp right there at the end, puts his last name there on the butt end. I'm not sure if you can see that. Yeah, maybe yes, no. Anyway, this is an interesting Boken. Has a real thick smell to it, and I'm not sure whether that's the oil that he uses or not. But you can tell it's definitely been sitting in a wood shop at least. So very thick smell. Lots of different colors in this Boken. It's kind of a, I mean, there's light browns in there, there's black streaks in there, there's kind of, blue-black. It's really interesting. The other great thing about this, unlike the Wenge Boken that I tested yesterday, which was kind of a small, lightweight, this is an Iwama-style Boken. I'm going to back up so that you can see the full length of it here. Just a slight curve to it. This is the tip, so typical for an Iwama style. Unlike the Boken yesterday, this one is 40.5 inches long. It's typical size. But here's the really neat part. It's 962 grams, and translated, that's 2.12 pounds. Boken of this size, 40 inch, typically I've found run between 500 and 650 grams. This is 962, just to let you know how dense this Boken is. It's extremely heavy, especially for the size. I'm not sure how this is going to respond to the tree. I imagine that it feels maybe a little chewy, like it's like the tree bark would bite into it a bit, and I don't know how it's going to hold under heavy impact, although I don't know how hard I'm going to be able to do heavy impact today from the cold weather. My hands are kind of cold, but I want to do this anyway because I'm eager. I figure if it's going to break, it's going to break, and then I can move on. If not, then maybe it'll stick around for a while and I can kind of do some more testing on it. Yep, trying to keep my hands warm. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to talk about this. I'm going to have it all on the blog, pictures, this video, all that stuff, so it should give you some more detail, because I know there's a lot of people who are interested in this type of wood for a Boken and how well it holds up. I'm going to go do some banging on the tree, test it out real quick. I'm going to come back, we're going to see how this thing looks, and then I'm going to go take some hard wax at it, so I'll be right back. Thick, heavy sound to that Boken. I don't know if you could tell from the camera audio, but that was that's quite a thick sound. It's very heavy, deep bang against the tree. I can see now why people who train with other people in Boken practice, why they don't want to go up against somebody with Lignum Vitae. Not only is this thing heavy, but this thing can take a bang. And I don't know if this camera's really going to pick it up very well, but the finish is still smooth. You can see kind of small instances in there where there's like maybe a scratch, some scratches, a little buffing. But this thing is amazing. It's still smooth. I'm going to go ahead and give it a few hard whacks, as hard as I can, we'll see how I do today. But I'm going to go ahead and give it a few hard whacks. We'll come back and see how this thing holds up. One hit. Well, looks like the other half has disappeared into the trees, or into the leaves. One hit. Extremely heavy whack. That pretty much took it out. I mean, I guess the wood is just so dense that it's not going to stand up to much. That's kind of a disappointment, considering how well it held up to the light denting. So that's a bit disappointing. But there you have it. That's kind of what my fear was, is that this was so heavy and dense that it just couldn't stand up to anything tough. And there you have it. Well, one hard strike and it broke clean in half. Anyway, that's it. I guess there's not much more to say about it. A little disappointed. Next up, I'm going to be doing a couple of different rosewoods, Honduras rosewood and African rosewood, known as Bubinga. That's going to be the next couple that are in line. So be on the lookout.